Gage.
Well, I'll be damned. You actually did it. Nuka World is ours. All of it.
I was just doing what I do best.
Hey, if I didn't think you had it in you, I wouldn't have put my neck on the line. But still, you've just got to understand, we ain't ever been on ground this solid before. Now that we're here, let's keep this party going. I'm thinking it's time we set our sights on the Commonwealth.
I think I like where you're going with this.
Yeah, I kinda figured you would. Taking back Nuka World is a big friggin' deal, no question. But it can't be the end of things. Needs to be a beginning. These bunch of savages need a goal, something to focus on. If they ain't got it, they'll wind up turning on each other. In an operation this big, we're gonna need more of, well, everything. Nobody's gonna hand it to us. We need to take it. Commonwealth has a ton of shitty little settlements that could be put to better use. Don't you think?
Sounds like you've had this plan from the beginning.
The ideas crossed my mind, sure. But I'm just making suggestions here. You're the one that needs to give the go-ahead. We don't gotta rush into this headlong. We take it slow. Be smart about it. If we're aiming to grab a piece of the Commonwealth, it's going to take the right contacts and a lot of muscle. Right? I say we go have ourselves a chat with Shank. He's the point man for everything entering and leaving Nuka World. He floated this idea before. Been itching to talk to you ever since you took over. So I bet he's got a good idea of where to start. He's in charge of the caravan, so odds are you can find him somewhere near the marketplace.
If you're vouching for this Shank guy, that sounds good enough to me.
Yeah, sure. How else do you think he ended up at the top of my Christmas list? Just head over and talk to the guy. He'll back up what I'm saying about the Commonwealth. And while you're doing that, I've already got the gangs working on getting Nuka World's power plant up and running. It's about time we shed some real light around here and let people know we mean serious business. Oh, and if you want my advice, or if you want me to tag along, you've got it.
So, boss, will we be reaping any rewards from your new reign? Things are boring as hell since Nisha made us team up. I ain't no fan of playing nice with others. Come on, you know our side has the most fun. Wouldn't hurt to tip the scales a little in our favor, you know?
Got 4 good hours of sleep last night.
Well, look who it is. Liking what you've done with the place, boss. Gang certainly seem pleased with their new little kingdoms. Haven't seen people this revved up since last time someone spiked the water fountains. Never formally introduced myself. Name's Shank. And if you're standing here, well, I suppose Gage figured you might be the one to finally get things back on track. How long did it take him to convince you it was time to move on the Commonwealth?
And what makes you think I've been convinced?
Well, if you aren't yet, you sure as hell should be. Giving the gang spots to call their own around the park, it bought you some goodwill. But providing them with their own domains, carved from the settlements of the Commonwealth, well, I can't think of a better way to solidify your place around here. Plus, make us all a pretty penny along the way. If that interests you, well, All you've got to do is say the word, and we can let the fun begin.
I wanted to ask about your role in this.
I'm listening.
So what exactly is it you do?
I'll walk you through all the ins and outs of getting us established on the other side of those mountains. Claiming territory, running jobs, keeping folks loyal. Gage and Coulter also tasked me with keeping on top of the goings-on back there, so I'll provide you with guidance on the places we can hit and the places we can't. Kind of makes me your one-stop shop for causing havoc in the Commonwealth.
Which gang do you work for?
Don't work for the gangs. Gage brought me in to work for the overboss. Plan was I'd advise Coulter in his grand scheme to run roughshod over the Commonwealth. And despite Coulter's change of heart, I've kept my ear to the ground, just in case that day ever came. I'm hoping today might finally be it.
What is it that you get out of helping me do this?
I've been well taken care of up to this point. I ain't greedy, but people with my kind of talents aren't common. All I'm looking for is a continuation of the lifestyle I've become accustomed to, and the same piece of the Commonwealth pie everyone else around here has been itching to take a bite of.
That was all I had?
So, does that mean you're ready to begin?
If I'm gonna do this, I don't want to hurt people.
No fun in that. But look, you're the overboss. You decide you want to sweet-talk the poor sods we're gonna be dealing with instead of filling them full of lead? That's up to you. But I can't change the fact that you're gonna have to run some people out of their homes so we can give them to the gangs. No one said being boss was gonna be easy. Now, you just say if this is something you're ready to move on.
Okay, let's get started.
Music to my ears. So getting us set up in the Commonwealth's gonna require 3 things: territory, provisions, and loyalty. First things first, territory. We're gonna need to claim a settlement for our gang to work from, an outpost. And there are 2 ways to claim new territory. You can head in yourself and convince the locals to leave, or I can get a crew together and you all can put them in the dirt. How you do it is up to you. So, first big decision. You want to talk them off their land, or you want to wipe them out?
Let me talk to them. I'll convince them to leave.
Works for me. Once you've planted your flag in the place, I'll send a crew in to set up shop. Now, next up, you'll have to pick who you want to hold your outpost once it's established. Of course, every outpost you claim for a gang is going to be something the other gangs don't have. And none of them like the thought of their rivals getting a leg up on them. Worth thinking over as you dole out more territory. So, which gang should I have join you once you've staked your claim?
The Disciples.
Yeah? Better bring a tarp. That just leaves the target. Now, for a new outpost, you'll usually want to target a spot with plenty of populated settlements nearby that might be able to feed our people later on. Taffington Boathouse, Croup Manor, Greentop Nursery, the Slog all had a good number of farms within striking distance last I checked. Though I'll need to go through my notes again. Make sure they're all still good to target. We're not always going to be able to run every job against every settlement. So, you ready to pick the spot for Nuka World's first new homestead?
What were those targets you recommended before?
Croup Manor, Taffington Boathouse, Greentop Nursery, and the Slog. Again, I can't guarantee those will all be available targets till I check my notes. But if they are, they're certainly a good place to start. Now you ready to make your decision?
I'm ready.
Good. So, what's the target? Wait, pretty sure that place is one of yours, boss. That's where you want to hit?
Does that matter?
Only if you want to keep control of it. Targeting a settlement for a job is gonna break whatever connections you might have had to the place. Worth taking a moment to consider how much you like having that spot under your thumb. So, that the target?
That one's the target.
Just wanted to make sure. So, to get these folks to scram, you got two main options. Buy them out, or scare them off. Either way, the more afraid they are, the simpler or cheaper getting them gone will be. Lizzie Wyeth over with the operators should have some toys that'll make running them off easier. And it's worth keeping in mind, the more populated or fortified a place is, the more prep you're gonna want to do before trying to run them off. But ultimately, it's up to you, boss. Good luck.
Hi there! If you...
Welcome back.
Understanding the operators ain't hard. We know how to live. The other gangs, well, dying is more their strong suit.
Lizzie.
Overboss. A pleasure. Shank said you might need some tools to ease relations with the people of the Commonwealth. Well, you've come to the right place. I've put together a couple of toys that should make getting what you want out of those rubes easier. Only thing we ask in return is that you remember the operators when you're handing out new territory on the other side of the mountains.
What exactly have you got?
So, first up, something to manipulate a target. It's a homemade distillation brewed to mimic human flight pheromones. Toss one of these grenades at the feet of your target, and convincing the wary settler suddenly becomes a much simpler affair. Now, to function effectively, I had to make the formula precise. So it's not going to work on people in any of the big towns like Bunker Hill or Diamond City, nor on caravanners. But for your purposes, hitting settlements out in the Commonwealth, it ought to give you a serious edge.
So it only works at settlements. Are there any other restrictions I need to know about?
Nothing beyond that. I've been trying to get the formulas working better for more varied environments. But for now, the current brew should serve.
Take any advantage I can get.
Well, this should give you one. Here. Only had enough to make the one locally. But you can take the recipe as well, should you find yourself wanting more. So, the other trick up our sleeve is a little more broad spectrum than the grenades. Gulp down a couple lungfuls, and anyone you speak to will be far more apt to give you what you want. Plus, I've winnowed down the addiction risk to near zero, so no need to fear repeat usage. Here, Ingredients for that one have been tricky to find, but between that and the grenade, you should have no problem getting at least one settlement under your control before you have to brew up your own. And just remember us when you're crushing those poor settlers underfoot, hmm?
Mags always saw the potential in this place, and she doesn't steer us wrong.
On our way, boss.
Farming's as honest work gets.
Lost track of how many blisters I got. The farm's not much, but it's something. What
Yeah.
the? It's nuts. broken. Just had to play hero, huh? Ah!
I have a personal message for you from Uncle Sam.
Hi, how are you? Yes?
Hey.
Yeah? Can I help you?
There's a gang of raiders coming for this place. Mine. But if you leave right now, I promise you, we won't have any problems.
You want this place? Listen, not trying to piss you off here, but I'm not sure that's gonna work. This is home.
Look, I'm trying to help you here. You need to go now.
Oh, that's how it's gonna... Fine. Take it. Place is all yours. Land's yours, okay?
Land's yours, okay?
Not gonna bother you, all right?
Hey there.
Unimpressive. But I guess it'll do. Sooner we get some supplies coming in, the better. You can run along now. Go tell them how it went.
Hey, Shank.
Well, well. Rumor going around is that some big bad raider boss strolled into the Commonwealth and talked a group of settlers right off their land. Not too shabby. I'll make sure your cut of any caps the outpost pulls in are waiting in your quarters. So, now that we got part 1 on the books, we can move on to part 2, provisions. If you want to hang on to this newfound territory, you're going to need to convince a nearby settlement to start handing over shipments of supplies. I'll make sure those shipments get distributed direct to the outpost. Any caps they provide will be waiting in your trunk up in Fizztop. And the more a settlement produces for itself, the more of each we can get them to cough up. Now, like before, the method's up to you. You can try talking to them yourself, convince them to hand over the goods, or you and a crew can introduce some bullets to some kneecaps.
Let me talk to them. I'll get them to hand over what we need.
Sure. So, which crew you want keeping an eye on the place once you get them to bend the knee?
The operators.
I'll send word along. Then all that's left is the target. Only wrinkle is that it's got to be near our crew's new outpost. No settlement's just gonna hand over goods if there's no one close by to follow up on threats. And if you ever want to see for yourself which settlements are within range of our outpost, you can check the map in your Pip-Boy. The Slog might be a good choice to hit, though I'd have to confirm that's still the case. So, what's the target? Huh. Was that... Oh, that place. Isn't that one of your old stomping grounds? Sure that's the one?
That one's the target.
Of course, boss. So, to get these settlers to cough up provisions, they need to know that we aren't a crew to be trifled with. You can try convincing them to pay up, or you could rough them up some. Let them know we mean business. Tools from the operators could also make your life easier. Plus, having an outpost nearby gives us another option: claiming the airwaves. Building a Nuka World radio transmitter at an outpost within range of the target will let them know we're closing in on them. Your Pip-Boy map should show you which outposts are close enough to serve. And if none of that works, well, I suppose you could always try paying one of them to convince the rest. Plenty of ways for you to skin this cat. Have fun.
Yes?
Ain't looking for trouble, I hope. Got a dangerous look about you. Hope you ain't here for me. Hey, easy living. This ain't.
Hey, you. Just some raiders with a radio station. Nothing to be afraid of. What can I do for you?
I'm here to make you an offer. This place will supply me and my friends in Nuka World caps, food, whatever you got. In exchange, we won't bother you.
Oh, I don't know. A lot of hard work goes into this place. Can't just give it to you.
Listen, you're gonna start working for me now, all right? Just keep the supplies coming and we won't have any problems.
Fine. If it'll get you off my back. Now, please, get the hell out of here.
There we go. You're back. Were you able to find those parts?
I've got them right here.
You do? All right. Let me take a look. Yes. Yes. It's all here. It's really all here. You've more than earned your reward. Here. Here. Just like I promised. Now, I need to get back to work. Finally.
Good to meet ya. Well, you're still alive. That either means you haven't gone after those super mutants yet, or good news.
Those super mutants won't be bothering you again.
I guess you were the right person for the job, huh? Thanks, friend. By the way, we've decided to support the Minutemen. We've got to help each other if we want things to get better.
They're threatening to tear the place apart if we don't get the hell out of there. It's cute, but irritating.
Then I guess we'll just have to let them know who they're dealing with. You did good. Now get going. The adults are gonna discuss this. Figure this would happen sooner or later. Our outposts caught the attention of some of our new neighbors in the Commonwealth. An outside crew of raiders think we're honing in on their territory. Sounds like they're planning to tear the place up, and our people with it. Suppose this provides us a good opportunity to make an example. You thinking what I'm thinking?
What can you tell me about this gang?
Not a whole lot. Our scout said the boss calls himself Sinner. Claims to have a decent-sized crew ready to take what we stole fair and square. Suppose he just needs to learn who his betters are. So, are you and I of the same mind on how that ought to get done?
I want to try talking to them.
So that's a no then. Look, boss. Your clout may get you what you want around here, but that doesn't earn you a thing with raiders in the Commonwealth. All those mutts understand is force, and I think it's time you and them came to just such an understanding. But you should probably get going. You wouldn't want to keep our new friends waiting. Wouldn't be neighborly.
I love it when Commonwealth raiders think they're tough. It's cute, really.
Hey.
Well, look who finally made it. We spotted a pretty shady group nearby. Could get company any minute, so watch your back.
Who's in charge around here? I'll tear their heart out. I want the head of whoever's running this shit show brought to me on a plate. You the Nuka World waste pile that thought you could move your gang into Sinner's territory and live? You give me one good reason I shouldn't slice you open and eat your heart right here.
You listen closely. This land is ours. So turn around and crawl back under whatever rock you came from. Right now.
Whoa, easy. Take it easy, all right? Sure, just, keep it. Place was a shithole anyway.
Shank.
Heard some rumbles, this one didn't get you either. Figure I shouldn't be surprised.
What? Didn't think I could handle it?
Nothing like that. I'm still just getting used to having an overboss with some stones around here. So I suppose your recent success brings us to the next step. Loyalty. Without loyalty, everything that's yours ain't. And to keep a crew loyal, you need to keep them happy. Now, keeping raiders happy isn't real hard. Just have to make sure they've got their basic necessities, just like any other settlement. that they've got some things to keep them entertained, and that their food's taken care of, which, with raiders, well, isn't like dealing with other settlements. Now, if you want me to go into detail on any of that, you just say.
What can you tell me about entertainment for the outpost?
Well, it's a damn handy way to keep folks distracted if you're lacking in certain basics. Constructing pick-me-up stations or getting one of your crew working on a booze still will certainly help lift your outpost's spirits. And if the place has got a Nuka World transmitter powered up, you can construct amplifiers to help as well. Anything else I can answer for you?
Tell me more about providing food for the outpost.
So, managing your outpost's food can get a little tricky. No one ever joined a crew to dig in the dirt, so you'll want to make sure you've convinced enough settlements to supply your gang. People at the outpost can farm in a pinch, but they sure as hell won't be happy about it. Now, if you're ever wondering if your outpost has enough food, you should take a look in your Pip-Boy. It ought to have a page that'll show you everything your outpost currently needs, food included. If they're low on grub, it's probably time to get a new settlement supplying you. Or you could always drop some food direct in their workshop if it comes to it. Now, was there something else?
I want to know more about managing the outpost's basic necessities.
Day-to-day needs. They're pretty straightforward. Just need to make sure you've set up solid defenses, plenty of beds under cover, and enough clean water to go around. Not much more to it than that. Was there anything else?
I think I've got everything I need to know.
Sure. If you've ever got more questions, you come find me. Or you can always consult that Pip-Boy on your arm. No better tool to tell you what your outpost may be hurting for. Now, depending on the state of the place when you hit it, this first outpost might already have some of the bare bones set up. All you've got to do is build up what's missing. If you want to run some jobs to convince more settlements to start sending supplies, well, you know how this works. You just come talk to me. And I was thinking, with the outpost coming as far as it has, might be time I set up shop there. Save you a trip anytime you want to run a job. You just let me know if that's something that'd interest you. Be good to make some trouble in the Commonwealth again. So, there anything I can do?
I want you to head to an outpost.
Sure thing, boss. Where am I going? Suppose I better get a move on then. See you there, boss.
Come on, you know our side has the most fun.
I ever tell you all about the time I got my name?
Place is looking good, boss. Everything a gang of lowlifes could ask for. So, you ready for the final piece of the puzzle?
I'd prefer a nice round of backgammon, but sure. I suppose I'm game.
That's good to hear, because what you've made is a foothold. To solidify our place, our outfit's gonna need some real numbers. 2 more outposts carved from the Commonwealth ought to do the trick. Get all that together, and, well, we'll have a real base of power on our hands. With that kind of clout, we'll be able to start setting up dealers at our outposts, get to selling stuff like real damn towns. We keep expanding from there, we'll even be able to set up spots where the locals can come drop off tribute. But I'm getting ahead of myself. For now, you'll want to start by claiming another 2 outposts. You just let me know whenever you want to get rolling on those jobs. So, boss, what's the plan?
Looking to run a job.
You got it. Just need the details. What job you looking to run?
A new outpost. I want to get one set up.
And did you want to talk the settlers off their land yourself?
I'll convince them to leave.
Got it. And which crew should I have join you once you've staked your claim?
The operators.
Sounds good. So, where do you want to hit? Huh. I think that one's your territory, boss. You're sure that's the one you want to hit?
That one's the target.
Of course, boss. So, standard runoff job. You can scare the hell out of them, or try to buy them off. Whatever you need to do to get them off their land. Any toys the operators gave you ought to make things easier. Claiming additional outposts within range of the target will also help make convincing them go better. But that's more big picture. Something to consider as you plan out future conquests. Happy hunting, boss.
Here's a little something which I know you've all heard pieces of before, only this time you...
And over here.
Hey.
Raiders. Just trying to scare you at that damn radio station. You need something?
There's a gang of raiders coming for this place.
You want this place? Listen, not trying to...
Look, I'm trying to help you here. You need to go. Now.
Oh, that's how it's gonna... Fine, take it. Place is all yours.
personally know at least 3 jackasses who got themselves killed trying to loot the place. Anyway,
Hey, Shank.
Hey, boss. Just one more outpost to claim. You want me to set up that job, you just say. So, what do you need?
Well, maybe they'll share some caps with you. If you're not on good terms, well...
Was hoping you could arrange a job for me.
Works for me.
Mm-hmm. It's time we took over.
Got it.
I'll run them off.
Yeah, sure. And which crew should I have join you once you've staked your claim?
The Disciples.
Got it. So, where you want to do this? You gotta give me something. Want to pick some...
ain't about me. It's about this friend that I have, who is not me.
Other target? Or another job?
Let's try another target.
Alright. So, what's the target? Believe that spot's one of yours, boss. Still...
That one's the target.
Ruthless. So, standard runoff job. You can scare the hell out of them, and he toys the op, claiming additional something to consider. Scare them good.
Huh? Can't remember the last time I had clean fingernails.
Hey.
Hey, something I can do for you?
There's a gang of raiders coming for this place. Mine. But if you leave right now, I promise you.
You want this place?
You stay here another minute, and trust me, you're gonna regret it.
Yeah, I'm thinking no.
Look, I'm trying to help you here. You need to go now.
Oh, that's how it's gonna? Fine, take it. Place is all yours.
Shank.
Boss, I just got word. You need to get back to Nuka World. Now. The pack have turned on us. Mason didn't like how you were handing out new territory. Now him and his whole gang have gone and stormed Nuka World's power plant. The other bosses are waiting on you before they move in. You need to get back there before these turncoats do something stupid. Well, something else stupid.
Having fun? I'm just warming up.
Help here.
Alright, this is gonna hurt. You are done.
What? That it?
Boss, someone's coming through the gauntlet. Go see Fritch. He'll tell you what to do.
Need something, boss?
Excellent.
Take this quick.
Dare you!
Ain't nothing personal, just the food chain, man!
I'm getting... Try that again!
Looks like Mason's dug in pretty well up there.
I knew that nut job would turn on us sooner or later. So, are we storming the place or what?
Both of you shut up. We're about to find out. The boss is here. Mason's gathered up his animal goons and took the power plant. That asshole thinks he'll get away with this. He's dead wrong. I'll skin him alive and savor every minute of it.
How could you let this happen?
Excuse me? Babysitting the other gangs is your job.
Just calm down and start at the beginning.
I'll be calm once I get Mason's blood on my hands. But if you want a story, fine. While you were gone, word came back from the Commonwealth that you're favoring the Disciples and the Operators. Well, surprise, surprise, Mason wasn't exactly thrilled to hear the news.
He and his gang forced their way into the power plant. Now they've got the entire place locked down. We can't let him get away with this, boss. And we all want to crack at those loonies.
Damn right we do.
Look, it's your play. We'll follow you anywhere. But you have to swear to us that Mason pays for this with his life.
Doesn't sound like he's giving us a choice. We have to take him down.
Just what I wanted to hear.
Time to clean house.
We got your back, boss.
Time to die. I'm gonna rip your throat out. Let's go.
Looks like Mason's dug in pretty well up there.
I knew that nut job would turn on us sooner or later. So, are we storming the place or what?
Both of you shut up. We're about to find out. The boss is here. Mason's gathered up his animal goons and took the power plant. If that asshole thinks he'll get away with this, he's dead wrong. I'll skin him alive and savor every minute of it.
Just calm.
I'll be calm while you were gone. Well, surprise.
He and his gang forced their way. We can't let him get away with it.
Damn right we do.
Look, it's...
Doesn't sound...
Just what I wanted to hear.
Time to clean house.
We got your back, boss.
This ought to be fun.
All right now.
Want to get started? Really want to try me, huh?
fight. Guess it'll have to wait.
Okay, now, here we go.
I'll try not to enjoy this too much.
Made your own grave. What else you got? Submit or die.
I'll have your head on a pike when this is over. If you wanted death, all you had to do was ask.
Was hoping for more of a fight. I'll be here. You want to come out here? You're gonna wish you'd run!
He'll pay for that. He'll pay for that.
Damn it! Okay, that hurt.
He'll pay for that.
No. Run. Yeah. What else?
Yes.
What else you got?
No way I'm cracking this.
Try not to die too.
Sweet.
Mason's gonna skin me for losing you.
Got it.
I'm not done with you!
God damn it! You're dead. God damn it!
No!
What else you got?
Nice.